Do your clothes feel uncomfortable on you sometimes? Does your scalp hurt when you brush your hair too hard? Or maybe you get anxious in social situations? Well, unfortunately to you, my guy, according to TikTok, you are autistic. Sorry, I don't make the rules. TikTok said it and TikTok never lies. I have come across something on TikTok that I thought finished a long time ago, where people are going on and pretending to have mental illness. The most popular being Tourette's and DID, mainly because those two are kind of the hardest to prove wrong, and it doesn't even end there. Any other mental illness you can think of, someone on TikTok fakes it. There are so many people on TikTok posting videos being like, oh, my ADHD is acting up today, and they do be there like this, just like looking around like this and shit. That isn't ADHD. They're like, I can't stop fidgeting. No, that's just not how it works. Yes, from time to time I can't stop fidgeting, but it's not like, you know, fucking over exaggerated doing like twirls and backflips and stuff. Okay, what the fuck, man? What were those pronouns? Jeff, he, stab, it. What the fuck, man? How my alters dress in the body. So, you're telling me that young Jeff here, the prosecutor or persecutor, purposely goes out of his way to dress in bloody clothing. I was actually about to click off of this video because I was like, oh, this actually might be like a genuine case of, you know, DID. He seemed like to be dressing quite normally. This outfit here had me a bit fucking questioning things, but it is what it is. But everything else seems pretty normal, you know? Wait, it's a he and a she? That's an illegal move, sir. That's enough of that. The internet is a magical place where you can research about mental illness and disabilities, and with that information you can connect the pieces together and find out whatever you have. Brother, put an apostrophe somewhere. Or not an apostrophe, what the fuck is it called? I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember, but put one of those little slashy thingies somewhere. Fuck me, Jesus, break up the sentence a little bit. I almost fucking fainted. This is not a good mindset to have at all. There is a lot of this on TikTok in general being like, oh, it's okay to self-diagnose yourself with autism, something that affects millions of people to the point that some of them can't even live normal lives without a helper. It's not something to label yourself as willy-nilly. It's not like a quirky thing to have. A lot of people that have autism suffer, you know? So you just like labeling yourself in the same category as those guys without actually having a doctor tell you that you are autistic or have these things that you are claiming to have isn't a good thing. You should be using that information to see if there's anything that relates to you in that. And if you genuinely believe that you could have this disorder that you're reading up on, go and get a medical professional to check you out. You don't seem autistic. Okay, this is definitely gonna be a good one. This is exactly what I mean. Like what? You have autism because you like, you know, playing the drums on some things? And dancing in the middle of your sets? Brother, you do realize for people with autism, that is a fucking luxury to just have that type of shit. This is exactly what I done at the start of the video. They're doing it for autism now too. Just because you fidget and do these things, which 110% is put on, by the way, doesn't mean that you have autism. Just because it is one of the symptoms of like 74, doesn't mean that you have a slight bit of autism.
Why do you think any of this was a good idea?
Probably because I'm a dangerous sociopath with a long history of violence.
Oh.
I don't understand how you keep forgetting that.
The darkness comes and there's nowhere you can run. If the midnight strikes and you lose your only son, and the darkness comes, la 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 la, will you come undone? La 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 la, thinking of one till the darkness comes.
I'm having a hard time processing what I just seen. You know, the light came from the monitor. It went into my retinas and it processed. But then some sort of contact got cut. Then I'm guessing this is one of his alters. Ash, he/him, who appears to be fucking Dracula himself. And then we got Alistair, he/him, which is the fucking Undertaker. In this particular video, we are simply dissociative to the point of being mostly immobile and unresponsive. We were like this for a very long time with this song on repeat. Yeah, still had time to fucking click record before it happened though, didn't you? Jesus Christ. A lot of these people like phrase it in a way of being like, oh, I'm only doing this for educational reasons. No, you're spreading misinformation, mate. It's not true. You don't have the disorder, so you don't have the right to, you know, educate people on the disorder, especially if you are pretending to have it, you know? Oh my god, we have one that I can actually talk about. It's one about ADHD. It's about fucking time.
Hey, Bubbles.
That is literally the most, like, characterized version of ADHD I've ever seen. But you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the dog from Up.
Under no circumstances are you permitted to. Squirrel!
I have inattentive ADHD, so I can speak on this. It is not like this. We do not automatically just look at something when we're trying to do something else and we're just like, oh, Bubbles! It is a constant fight between doing the thing you need to do and doing the thing that you want to do all of a sudden. The best way I can describe it for people that do not have ADHD or have any disorder that's similar is imagine you were watching a TV show and you have somebody sitting right beside you calling your name the entire time, but you are trying your absolute best to just pay attention to the movie you're watching or show and just like pay attention to the story. It is very difficult, maybe even impossible to do that when somebody is calling your name 24/7. This is not what it is like. Maybe in some cases it is, but Jesus fucking Christ. ADHD is not fun. Like, for example, if I'm editing a video, while I'm doing that, I am also thinking about everything else I have to do after it, no matter how small it is. If I'm editing and I do end up giving in to that thought and I stop editing and I go and play the game the rest of the day, I am not happy about it. I am not sitting there like this woman blowing bubbles with a big smile on my face. I feel terrible because I know that I let it win.
Oh, Riley.
I have no words. What did I just lay eyes upon? Notice how 4 of them have dyed hair. I rest my case. Woo, woo, woo.
Ravioli, ravioli, give me the fucking ravioli. I got drugs in here. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm offended for them, mate. Jesus Christ. Made up disorder. MUD? What is this? Whim thinking... What? Whim? Weem? Oh, I'm guessing, when I'm thinking about how people don't think OEA is real and like the magnanimous, what the fuck? The magnanimous part of me thinks that maybe they just don't want to live in a world where people do things like that, so they choose not to accept that reality. The cynical part of me thinks that they are assholes who posit... What? Man, is this a word? Or do I just not have a good grasp on the English language? I have never seen that word before. The cynical part of me thinks they are assholes who posit that their reality is the only correct one. No. Reality is reality, love. That's just the fucking bare bones of it. There is no such thing as people having their own realities. It's just not real. You might have different perceptions on your reality, or you might have like schizophrenia or something, so you see things that aren't there. That I could agree with. But there is no objectively different realities. Reality is reality. It is like simple as. Calm down now. The RAMCOA, ritual abuse, mind control, and organized abuse. Have I just slipped into the Matrix, my man? A concept made by Tumblr idiots to explain why they have hundreds/thousands of altars from their favorite shows. According to them, they were born in a satanic cult and abused/tortured since birth to form these programmed altars. Oh god. Yeah, because altars are a thing that could be premeditated. Yeah, definitely. Such fine examples of RAMCOA are being told not to steal from the grocery store. You fucking what now? Being told to carry boxes and going to school. So you're just lazy, is what I'm hearing. My opinion, the trauma Olympics know no bounds. Yeah, that is facts. Like, I don't know what, like, multiverse we slipped into in 2012, but we went from nobody talking about their feelings, especially men, and now it is like a rite of passage. You have to have trauma in your life to be interesting for some reason. It's like a trauma dick measuring competition or a mental disorder dick measuring competition. And we had like a nice little period there during like the 2010s where people were actually being like open, telling their stories, explaining how they are mentally. Very healthy shit. But that has like transformed into these kids on the playground in school trying to one-up each other with the mental disorders they have. It's fucking crazy. It is literally the modern day equivalent to being on the playground and saying, my dad would beat up your dad.
Hey guys. Wait, what was that? Sorry, I zoned out. It's just, I have ADHD. Was I diagnosed? Actually, yeah. It's called Google.com. Don't you ever invalidate me like that again. I was trying to do my homework the other day and someone FaceTimed me and I couldn't pay attention. Like, Siri, how do I become ADHD?
You don't have ADHD, you are just lazy as fuck.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. As I was talking about earlier, I got diagnosed at 22, I'm pretty sure. But the reason it took me that long to get diagnosed is because of fuckers like that. But there were a lot of people like this in my school who used it as like, as this man puts it, an aesthetic, and thought it made them like quirky and cool. And because of that, my perception, and even every other teacher and adult around me, their perception was also fucked when it came to ADHD. That's what we thought ADHD was. And we thought I didn't have it because I wasn't trying to do a backflip off the table every 10 seconds. So for some weird reason, over like the span of like 10 years, I got tested for dyslexia 6 times. The fuckers must have thought that I just got lucky the other 5 times. So if anyone out there genuinely thinks that pretending to have these things will make you look cooler and make your friends like think that you have a quirk, it's just not the case. It doesn't give you identity, it actually gives you lack thereof identity because you are faking it and you are not showing people you, who you actually are as an individual. So stop it, it's sad. If you do genuinely think that you could have something like that, get professional help. Don't just read shit on Google and think, oh, I have ADHD. Not only because it makes you look like an absolute dumbass, it is genuinely negatively affecting people with mental disorders. A lot of people look at DID because they see these fucking TikToks and they're like, oh, that's fake. Like, of course they think that because this is the first fucking interaction they've had with it. And last but not least, it misconstrues people's minds and perceptions on what these disorders are like, and it could actually stop somebody who does have disorders, that does need the help, from ever even realizing that they could have this, because they are seeing shit about these disorders on TikTok and it's like, that just doesn't look anything like me. I hope this video didn't make you lose faith in humanity, because my next video is also probably gonna nearly make you lose faith in humanity. It is very fucking weird. But if you're new here and you like my face, make sure to subscribe and click on the channel down below. There is a whole plethora of different variety of content on there that I'm sure you will enjoy. We're on the road to 1k by the end of the year, and if we do hit that, I'm going to be jumping out of a plane and bringing you all with me, which will be a lot of fun because I'm scared of jumping out of planes. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to share it with your friends to tell them to stop being silly. And yeah, with that all said, it's been EXO, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, folks.